I've heard a term that I've never heard before. It was emotional cheating.
That is a thing. So, but
It's not a thing. Stop it.
if you love somebody and she doesn't want
it.
you to put heart eyes under another woman's picture and you love her.
So if I'm married to you and I put heart eyes under Rihanna's picture, I'm cheating. Rihanna's gorgeous.
Rihanna, see, that's a really big comparison because
it's the same thing. But Rihanna's a woman. Nope.
I would assume that you probably know her and you're supporting her like a friend. But if I see some
that's another problem.
big booty Juliana that has
and she got nice legs, and I put a heart picture, boom.
Big shout out to Shaq Diesel, all right? The man, the myth, the legend. He's been on a generational side quest ever since he retired from the NBA back in 2011. And it's so dope to see, all right? Because you see him on Inside of the NBA like maybe once or two times per month. But outside of that, you also see him build business. You've seen him travel. You've seen him help people. And then randomly, you'll see him DMing a baddie somewhere across the internet. Effectively, he gets to do whatever that he wants. And to be honest with you guys, I mean, taking a look at the way Shaq's life has turned out and what he's able to do, it should inspire every man to put in that work early to become the best at what you do so that you can live life the best way that you can. And at the same time of him enjoying life, he's kept his generous spirit.
I appreciate it.
Don't.
You know, this is the first time. Every time you come in here, I always get on 30 minutes before you come in here.
All right, I think that's enough introduction for the big fella. So today we're going to watch him do one of his other favorite side quests, which is to go up on podcasts and dish out some wisdom. All right, the podcast that he landed on today, I don't know of it. I've never heard of it before, and the video only has like 7,000 views. So we're going to get into it. But they were talking about relationships, specifically how men operate, and Shaq's frustration with why women keep up making up random rules, as what it seems, that strain the relationship, then moving the goalposts with those rules when they no longer benefit them. And y'all already know this is right up our alley, so we must get active without further ado.
Okay, so this next segment I'm excited to do because you're a lot of people's mentor. I want to be an entrepreneur. So let's get into Shaq Tank.
Let's do it.
I'm going to pitch you some business ideas. You're going to tell me if you would invest in them or not.
Okay.
You would tell me if they got legs. Okay.
Yep.
The first one I got, it's very high-tech AI. It is called Post-Nut Clarity AI.
What?
Post-Nut Clarity.
Post-nut.
Post-Nut Clarity.
Nut, N-U-T.
Uh-huh.
Okay, good.
So it's an AI system.
Okay.
And it is preventing men from ruining their lives after 10 p.m., scanning your phone and Instagram for big booty hoes.
Boo. Boo.
It blocks them all so you can't message them. You got to lock in.
Boo.
What do you mean? What do you mean, boo? You guys need to stay focused out here. You're dealing with multi-million-dollar contracts.
First of all, not all men have that in their phone. So see, you're putting us all in a category. That's not fair. Second of all, it causes problems because what y'all don't understand, with y'all being the emotional beings, sometimes you'll see stuff and y'all don't know what y'all reading, and then y'all just go crazy without having the full information.
Talk to him.
If you look at all the detective movies out there, the first clue is not the clue that always solves the crime.
Boom.
Okay.
So sometimes you have to know what you're looking at. So it may have, be ho, but what if that's his or her initials?
Okay.
So I've seen you say that in other interviews. So it's basically because you're so high profile, somebody sees a picture of you.
Or my phone number's been the same for 40 years. I'm not about to go on my phone and just start deleting numbers. So you may see something, but you have to know what you're looking at.
Terrible idea.
You also have to base it off your own relationship. How does this man treat me?
Boom.
Is he doing weird stuff? If he's doing weird stuff, then you should probably go with your gut. But if he's treating you like you're supposed to be treating you, why are you looking for troubles? So don't be scamming the man's phone.
Come on. First off, calling it post-nut clarity, I'm like, oh, maybe she does have something that's actually going to help men out there. But this is absolutely a terrible idea. Really, it's a way to control men from looking at contacts. It was no nut, so there'd damn near be no quality. But Shaq is absolutely nailing it here. Way too many of these young women walk in with these self-saboteur attitudes, right? Like creating more issues than what even exists. Now I can understand if you're not deleting apps like Tinder, Hinge, right? I can understand that. But for IG, which is social media, I would say if there's a business associated with what they're doing, you can't police the guy like that. Being in a relationship with you should not sacrifice his business. Let's go.
Yes,
No,
don't go looking for
I
trouble.
said, don't go looking for trouble.
Well, that breaks trust. If the woman does that, that completely breaks the
The
trust.
first thing you say to yourself in a relationship is, how is this person treating me? Is he treating me like I need to be treated? Because everybody has to be treated to their own standards. So if he's treating me a 10 out of 10, you go with it. You don't want to mess it up by doing silly things.
If you are treating the woman 10 out of 10, but then you're being flirty on Instagram, or like, do you think you can like other women's pictures and comment if you're locked in?
I think, yeah, because in the criminal world, I could say or do anything, but it's not a crime until I make the overt act. I'm sitting here right next to you. I'm saying she's beautiful. Am I flirting?
No.
Yes or no? Thank you. So,
But if
I say, call me, that's the overt act. Now I'm in trouble.
Okay.
So you knew he was flirty because that's how he got you. You knew he was a nice person because that's how he got you. Once you bring a puppy in his environment and you try to change that puppy, it's going to turn into a wild dog. If you have a wild puppy and you let him be wild, he'll be loyal to you. I'm not saying let him disrespect you and all that, but flirting. And I think you'll move the goalpost sometime. I heard a term that
Move the goalpost. What does that mean?
I've heard a term that I've never heard before. It was emotional cheating.
That is a thing. So, but
It's not a thing. Stop it.
if you love somebody and she doesn't
Stop
want
it.
you to put heart eyes under another woman's picture and you love her,
So if I'm married to you and I put hard eyes under Rihanna's picture, I'm cheating. Rihanna's gorgeous.
Rihanna,
Thank
see,
you.
that's a really
it's
big
not.
comparison
No,
because
it's not
it's
the same thing. But
'cause I could
Rihanna's a woman. Nope.
I would assume that you probably know her and you're supporting her like a friend. But if I see some
That's another problem. You
big
assume.
booty Juliana that has
And she got nice legs, and I put a heart picture. Boom, I'm a man.
ooh, boom, I'm a man.
That is not cheating. And it's not emotional cheating. See, y'all be
We're gonna put a poll
and then,
because
and then another problem. Y'all be making up rules and don't give us a manual. If you give us a manual, we can master.
okay.
the
So if I
manual.
said it at the beginning, like, hey,
Yeah, if you said it at the beginning and then he breaks your rules, then he's in trouble.
okay,
No, you
but how
can't
would you
stop a man
feel?
from going, when we on our phone all day, oh, she's nice. Oh, she's nice. If he makes the overt act like, hey, can I call you? Now we have a problem, but he's not making an overt act. He's just flirting. It's a misdemeanor.
This point right here, I absolutely agree with Shaq with, right? Like having conversations early and often about where your standards lie is absolutely necessary. I think that is a great compromise. Communication is paramount in the beginning, so you can understand. Then as a man, you understand her boundaries and you can decide whether or not if it makes sense or whether or not you need to walk away. What I think Shaq is talking about here is that you knew that I was this way beforehand. How are you just going to try to change me now? So I agree with him, which is the same logic of if you found her with her cheeks out on the internet and then you try to change her in the relationship, that's ridiculous. It would behoove you to find one that doesn't have that digital or outside public presence like that if you are not that type of guy. What if you could copy the exact system that I use to generate between $50,000 and $100,000 a month purely from posting commentary content online? My life right now consists of no boss, no commute, no alarm, and I work when I want. And I've spent the past 8 years building this framework out from scratch. And 1 million subscribers later, over 400 million lifetime views, and I've never once talked about exactly how I do it. Until now. Now, my system is called Viral to Value, and it's the step-by-step blueprint that I personally use every single day to turn viral moments into real life-changing income in any niche. If you're ready to stop guessing and start building something that is actually yours, click the link below and let's get to work.
So flirting is a misdemeanor
Yes,
in
flirting is a
Shaq's world.
misdemeanor. Yes, in
I
everybody's
think it's a
world.
crime in my
It's
world.
not a crime. Are you insecure?
But like you said, you know what? I don't think I'm. I think that if I'm gonna date somebody, I make sure the trust is 1,000%.
Flirting is not a
Otherwise,
crime.
I wouldn't be with them.
Flirting is not a crime. You can't put me in jail unless I make the overt act.
Okay.
I could talk about punching somebody in their face right now. On this show, I'm going to punch him in his face and cannot get in trouble unless I make the overt act. If I show up at his house, if I swing on him, then I'm in trouble. Conspiracy.
Okay. We got some polls to do.
So the answer is no, I'm not investing in that crappy app.
Leave your thoughts down in the comment section right now. We got to have a full comment section battle in regards to what Shaq is saying. Is he tripping? Let me see something.
The hell?
Okay, I tried it.
Give me another one.
Okay, I'll give you another one. It's also kind of techie. Okay, ghostwriter girlfriend. Hear me out. Sometimes you men, it's all about how you word things. So ghostwriter girlfriend, you screenshot your conversation with a girl you're trying to pick up, or even your girlfriend or your wife, and we will write you a really good reply to make sure you know what I mean? I'm the only one in the company right now, so I'm writing all the responses, but I'll make sure that I feel like a lot of you guys need that.
I like that one.
Okay.
I like that one.
Did you bring a checkbook?
I don't need a checkbook.
Okay.
I'll walk in the bank with you and say, hook her up, and it's done.
Boom.
How much you need? See, you're not prepared.
Probably $3 million.
BS. You don't need $3 million for that. Stop it.
How much do you think I need?
50,000.
Okay. That's my stand-up special.
No, 50,000. Start the prototype, and then we build it, and then we sell it. So let me tell you my motivation first. Ever since being a youngster, my motivation was never to get rich. My motivation was to be able to buy my mother everything she wants. I see my mother from age 2 to age 17 wake up, cook a hell of a breakfast, I iron 5 outfits, go to work, come home, take a 10-minute iced tea break, cook a hell of a dinner, clean up, and never complain.
Wow, that never complain.
Never complain. So me being able to, do the thing that I love, and when the money thing came around, I came to the realization that this lady never had her own house.
Wow.
So now I'm playing, and that's just my motivation. Forget being the number one player. I'm playing to kill you. And everything I did was based on a karate movie. At some point, the student must kill the teacher to become the master. So when you grow up with nothing and you see somebody with something and you want it, that gives you the I'm going to kill this dude mentality. So all the guys that they call the top players, I'm on their head. I'm on their neck. Because I know if I'm number 100 and you number 1 and I dominate you to where they have to recognize me now, that slides me up to number 5 and number 4. So a kid that was never known had to make a name for herself. But after all that, I'm going to get this lady a house. And I can remember one day in San Antonio, Texas, we were riding, and she pulled over and she was just looking at this little house. The house said for sale, and she grabbed the thing. Ain't no way we'd be able to afford it. Only like $300,000, but it was a nice house. I just seen her look at it, and that kind of pissed me off. I was like, you know what?
That gave you a lot of drive.
Yeah, I'm on their ass now. So I just started playing, and so the first thing I did was buy my mother a house. And I never seen tears come so fast, so quick. Because I had to trick her, because she's a beautiful black woman. I was like, hey, I'm going to buy your house. She's like, nope, baby, that's your money. Like, she's the type, when you grow up a certain way and you base everything on love, she's not a materialistic person. So big house didn't matter to her. As long as I was safe and I was following my dreams, she was good. So I made her my assistant for the day. I was like, you like this house? 9,000 square feet, marble everywhere. Like, you like this house? She's like, yeah, it's kind of too big. I was like, it's yours. And as soon as I said YOURS, the stutter and the sign, I had to give her the keys and leave. But that was a great moment for me.
Wait.
Beautiful story, and I'm glad that he shared that. You know what's interesting is that I think indirectly he's describing with the majority of the issues of modern dating today, right? Because what he's describing is how he found life motivation to become the man that he is. The issue with modern dating today is that we predicate based off of selfish expectation of what a man can just unabashedly, selflessly deliver to a woman. When you take a look at the uncountable amount of interviews, whether it be on a Kevin Samuels platform or even most recently on a Kendra G platform, you see that many of these women come in here wanting pre-built, pre-made, already successful, without having to do the majority of the work or most of the work to help support that man get there. And here's the thing. I understand concepts of hypergamy. I'm not blaming them for their own biological makeup. But when you also infuse the culture with sort of this hate or this contempt for men, when they normalize being mean to men, right, or trivialize the importance of men within society, then you get this nasty little witch's brew of expectation onto men. And a lot of men are just checking out, rationalizing against serious relationships. Now, as I described all that, I'm not saying that the men are perfect. I think some women have legitimate complaints in regards to some of the things that they are seeing out here. But the type of mom that Shaq describes is a behavior type in women that I don't see nowadays. Call it the advent of social media, the advent of doom scrolling, the advent of AI, the advent of, right? Like, we're in the entertainment/information age. But when you hear these stories of women and mothers back into the day that went through way more than the women and the mothers are today, right? Like, picture trying to feed a Shaq, right? Like, that's like 3 teenagers at once, and she had 5 of them. And by the way, for more context, she didn't do it alone. Shaq had a stepdad.
Your biological father was not part of your life. Why was there no interest on your end in, having a relationship with him?
Because, the term stepfather, I don't really use. I use father. He's the guy who made me who I am. I'm in a big old house because of that man. I'm still relevant 5 years after playing because of that man. I'm responsible because of that man.
The women from Shaq's mom's generation was a different type of woman. And in fact, I think like a lot of these modern women that describe strength in women, they're thinking of those type of women, but attributing it to themselves.
What year was that?
This is 1992 when I got drafted. Wow. I told her to quit her job, and then you go outside. I said, hit this garage, like, people like us don't know no garage thing, but
So she
hit
got
that button right in
raised
the
in the
middle.
60s.
The garage come up, nice little black on black Mercedes. It's like, that's yours.
More
Crying. So, like, here you go. He's like, baby, how are you going to afford that? So I had to sit her down with what I learned. I said, this is how much I'm making, and this is how much you're going to get every month. Baby, what? Yeah, this is how much you're going to get every
Tired
month.
as
This
mama.
is what it add up to. So we're fine. I got other stuff coming in, but I don't ever want you working again. This is all for you. So everything I do is based on that first. Now when you start having kids, it's the same thing. Now when you start having daughters, it's the same thing. So not the fact that I spend money every day to just be, just be flossing. I enjoy taking care of my family, but it was my family that got me to the point of where I am today. So, I take care of them first, take care of my bills, and my businesses, and then the rest, that's for me.
So it was very, very intentional.
Yes.
That seems like that was your first, wow, I made it moment when you were able to do that for her.
Got to take care of your mother.
And that drive when you're like, I'm going to kill him, do you bring that to being a DJ and being a rapper?
Yeah,
and
everything. I don't respect people that don't take care of their families. You got $100,000 car and your mama still living in the same place. That don't make sense to me.
Yes.
You got this, that, and the lady that has your child is living in an apartment. Stuff like that don't really make sense to me.
Yes.
So I'm all about
For real.
I'm all about integrity and honesty first. So whenever I do something, I just do it at the highest level. Being a DJ is just, to me, I got the same adrenaline rush that I did when I was playing basketball. So
You could tell that he really appreciates the discipline and the masculinity that was established by his stepfather. And there's another reason why fathers are just so important as strong male figures within a child's life, because without it, he'd probably be a much different person. He might have actually been lost, maybe not able to achieve the heights that he was able to achieve. Anyway, we're going to skip ahead a little bit because the conversation derails.
Okay, so I know you like to take care of yourself. You
man, you got 45 more
you want
questions.
more
Yeah,
questions?
hurry up.
Okay.
Trying to help you go viral. You just got to ask the right question, boo-boo.
Okay.
You just got to ask
Has any woman besides me ever intimidated you?
Yeah, a lot. I remember one time I was in the elevator with Halle Berry and my fucking stuttering kicked all the way back in. It was me and my boy Mark at the Four Seasons on Doheny. And we were coming up from the garage, and I guess she was on the first floor, and it opened. And I was like...
You're speechless?
And Mark was hitting me. And the crazy thing is, she was like, hello, Shaquille. So, I was a little kid. I was like, oh, shit, what
When was this?
This was like in 96. She was like, oh, hello, Shaquille. I'm a big fan of yours. And I was like...
Not highly.
And I just kept carrying ding, ding. And I remember what floor she got on because it was 8 ding. And I was like, ding, Gang, and then she got out, and then my boy's like, you a bitch. You a bitch. You had motherfucking Halle. There he is right there, Mark. You a motherfucker. You had Halle Berry. You ain't do shit.
But you can see people are like that around you too. Like, can you tell when people are?
No, I don't. I try to.
They get like that around you because you can't really disguise yourself.
Yeah, but I don't believe I'm a superstar. I just believe I'm a regular guy.
You believe you're a regular guy?
I am.
You just go to work? I don't think you're a regular guy. Did you drive yourself here?
Yes.
Really?
See, yeah. I don't have a fucking driver. I'm a regular guy.
You've never had a driver?
Okay.
Oh, man.
So you being 54, you've had experience with women. How do you deal with the emotions? Because we're emotional, right?
Yes, you have to try to cater to their emotions. Remember, it starts with how do you treat that person and how does that person treat you? Everybody has been through something, so if you really love and care about that person, you have to make sure they're straight. But again, y'all be moving the goalposts a lot. I really do.
You said, I heard you say, women, we rule the world, we just don't know it yet.
Yeah, you just don't know
we
it
know
yet.
it.
I know.
We know that we do.
No, some know it. All don't know it. Some know it.
Yeah, okay. Obviously, I do not fully agree with that, but notice what he said. He said you have to sort of massage or placate to their emotions, and then what did he say? That women rule the world, okay? I understand what he's trying to do from a bigger picture and probably also understanding the audience, but it's sort of this pander speak that creeps up into their conversation when there's a mostly women audience. The truth is that they'll say things like this out loud because there's still this air of oppression and patriarchy, which is just so not true. So they're trying to tip the scales. Meanwhile, it is more so men that are mistreated within society, constantly villainized, and treated like they are just disposable. And eventually, society is going to feel the consequences if too many men begin to feel like that. And it's not going to end well, especially for women, because a lot of the current freedoms and the current privileges that women enjoy in the West exist because men are benevolent. We are in more of a controlled, law-abiding place and committed to keeping society on the rails. Back before all of this benevolency, there was a lot more atrocities that would occur, obviously, which I think a component of that is the inception or the idea behind first wave feminism. And that's the reality that many women just don't want to admit, is that they're able to move as freely as what they are because men allow them to. It's men that follow the rules, that protect, that provide order, that build structure and maintain order. If you look in parts of the world that exist today that do not have this order, you see actual patriarchies that exist where they do not have the same rights. They do not have the same freedoms. They do not have the same social protections. They do not have the same access to jobs or even being able to drive vehicles. That's why I think that it's important to have an opposition to this pander speak, because if the constant attack is on men within the family court system, I mean, there's so many different damn examples, then the pendulum might swing far enough where anarchy or uprising begins. And trust me when I say you do not want that. Do I think it's going to get there? No. But it also elucidates some of the surprise over the amount of men that voted for Trump. Irrespective of race, creed, color, religion, a lot of men voted for Donald Trump. Just go take a look at the numbers. And it's because they took a look at the opposing political force. And even if they didn't agree with Trump, they agree with some of these pro-men or pro-masculine ideologies. And I've tried to explain this time and time again to people that are on the opposite side of Trump. And they just don't want to hear it. They just call them incels and weirdos and all the other things that they use in order to kind of categorize men and weaponize their masculinity against them. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave a full link to the conversation down up in the description box down below. I mean, they went over a lot, all right? But I just teased out some of the relationship talking points within this so we can have a conversation, all right? And shout out again to Shaq. I really love hearing his backstory because it's what can happen, right? The end result of structure, discipline, and correcting oneself, being accountable for oneself, and the right male leadership early within their life. And he's built himself into being like this cool guy that wears Superman pants and sunglasses and a t-shirt to a podcast. Like, if that's not living, I don't know what is, baby. And although I disagree with points and positions about how women rule this thing over here, we can still critically think in regards to why he said that, and then also talk about the ill effects of giving men their damn credit. Shout out to all the blue-collar gentlemen and scholars out there that continue to make this blue ball spinning around a sun work effectively for each and every one of us. We see y'all, all right? But I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Also, too, link to viraltovalue.com. If you sent me a message over the past 3 weeks up there on the contact form, I did not see it. I am so sorry. I probably missed hundreds of messages, and I am so upset about it. Yeah, so if you sent one over the past 3 weeks up there, please resend it, and I will make sure that I get back to you. All right. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure you go down below, click on that link, beam up if you're interested in becoming an online commentator. All right. I got my blueprint that may be this successful right up on there. But again, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. And as always, protect yourself at all time. All right. Stay safe out there. Peace.
So, without further ado, MTR, cut through the BS like we in charge. No cap with the rappers like steel bars. I'm packing and rapping like here we are. Here we are. Mediocre tutorial reviews. Like, comment, share my views. Come up and I paid my dues. Big step in my black way shoes. MTR, he break it down, yeah, it's MTR. Check out the sound with his MTR. No one put it down like it's MTR.